big hater of the podcast.
They don't like
they
the SlopCast.
They hate the slop, dude. How you doing, brother? How you doing?
I've been holding this in since we got here. Okay. So I get to the
I like that.
I get to the gas
Great
station, and there's a homeless lady in the gas station, right?
Yeah.
And she's running from the back, like cooler with the beers, right?
Running from the back, like suck it from the back.
Yeah, like sucking it from the back.
She's running backwards, dick first.
Yeah. She's running from the beer cooler with a 6-pack of Heineken in her hands, screaming, "It's not midnight yet!" And then I look down at my phone and it's 11:58.
Oh shit!
So then I just had to do what she was doing. I'm just running to the fucking cooler. I'm like, "Give it quick! No, I'm here before midnight. I'm here." She like moved her stuff over. She was like, "Get in here, so that I could buy the beer."
Nice
I was
lady.
Like, "Thank Christ,
Holy
you
fuck.
reminded me," because I would have just moseyed around and picked up snacks.
Oh my god!
And then we wouldn't have had any beers for the podcast.
Dude, that must be what it felt like to be a gold prospector in 1948, dude.
We struck gold. Get in here, quick.
You're like, oh my god, it's 1850. Like, oh my god, we're about to miss it. Go. It's December 14th, 1849. I got the year wrong every time on that riff.
What year is right? What year are you trying?
49. That's why
that was the gold rush.
The San Francisco 49ers.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Because the gold rush was in 1849?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think it was mostly like a span, but that's like the peak year that everybody thinks of.
Interesting.
That's why they're called that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you were just like a random dude in Indiana.
Yeah.
In December 1849 thinking, oh, God, I got to go now.
I got to move.
I got to traverse the
plains.
plains.
Throw up into the mic.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be a slop first.
That'd be a slop first. Just throw it up on the pod.
Yeah, we have farts, burps. No yak yet.
No yak yet. Come on. We get that Patreon going. On the Patreon, we don't drink beers. We drink hard liquor.
Yeah. And do fentanyl.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good time. We fall asleep a lot.
Good time. One thing that were you about to say something? You can go.
I got just tons of stuff.
I got some stuff too.
Yeah,
dude. I was thinking about this. I'm gonna do a hard pivot real quick. Okay. I think I talked to you before about how I was in Boy Scouts before. Mm-hmm. I thought about that. I just remembered this the other day. This is like a memory that I hope will never leave me whenever I get like Alzheimer's or whatever.
Yeah.
Haven't thought about this in a while.
Because all that weed you smoked out of tin cans.
I did smoke a lot of titties.
Dude, me too. Yeah, dude.
Titties, dude.
I think that's the reason that parents should just let their kids smoke weed, because the hoops I jumped through to get high
dude.
Are so much worse than if you just let me smoke weed.
First time I ever smoked weed was my buddy had a pill bottle that he jammed like a socket from a socket wrench.
Oh yeah.
We put the weed in the socket. And then smoked out of that.
I didn't understand the socket system, right? Yeah. I was just like, oh, you can smoke weed out of a socket. So then I put a socket in my mouth with weed in it, lit it, burned the fuck out of my lips, and was like, you don't do it that way. You do not do it that way.
There was a guy I went to high school with that smoked tinfoil blunts.
Oh, no. What? Is he dead?
I don't know.
He has to be, right?
I hope he's not.
Holy shit.
But he probably is. I don't know.
Where do you graduate from that? Where do you go to next?
Well, he didn't graduate, but.
Tinfoil is the wrapping paper?
Yeah, dude, it was like a straw of tinfoil just stuffed with weed that he would like.
I mean, the weed lights, and then you just.
But I think the tinfoil is burning a bit too.
Yeah,
I definitely smoked. I've made like makeshift bongs with tinfoil as the bowl.
Yeah,
but like I
gotta be honest. I don't think until I started comedy I had smoked anything other than tinfoil. Because it was such like a every once in a while weed guy that I was like, I'm not gonna buy a piece. Like, what would that do? It would just sit a bong. No, thank you.
I don't know if I said this, but smoke out of an apple.
Yeah, I did that.
We would do that, but we did that with a potato. Smoking taters.
That's gross.
Nah, dude, smoking taters.
That sounds gross.
It's the Irish in me, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you dirty Mick.
We had to do it because my friend was allergic to apples. One time, one of my buddies, he did it with a yam.
Okay, how'd that turn out?
He was definitely
yam is a sweet potato, right? Same thing.
I think they're a little different. I don't exactly know, but he definitely
leave it in the comments.
He definitely was chiefing on that, singing "Buffalo Soldier," like Randy in South Park.
Just Dewey.
Oh my god, dude. But yeah, bro, fucking smoking tinfoil blunts.
Accents 6 minutes in is tough.
That's fun, dude. That was the guy that did the yam was my friend Diego from the last
Oh,
story.
yeah.
Yeah. Diego, quote.
Diego, is he still alive?
Yeah. He's doing great, bro.
Okay, good for him.
Dude, real quick, funniest thing I ever saw Diego do in high school was like in some science class or whatever. Teachers like writing on the board, like facing the board while writing and talking.
Yeah.
And his name's actually Tiago, not Diego, and Tiago just goes,
"What's his last name? Dox him. Where does he live?"
I won't do that. He's a great guy. But anyway, teacher's facing the board, right on the board while giving the lecture, so his back's to the class.
Yeah.
And Tiago just goes, "Shut up." And the teacher turns around and is like, "Tiago, why'd you say that?" Like, it was clearly his voice. And Tiago's like, "Dude, what? That wasn't me." Like, just gaslighting.
Look, you can do that when the back's to you. You'd be like that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, bro invented gaslighting. I swear.
I love that.
I swear, dude. And then the teacher's like, "All right, whatever." And then he turns around again. And then he's giving the lecture. He's writing on the board, and Tiago goes, "Shut up."
A second time is incredible.
And then the teacher's not even like yelling at him. He's just like, "Dude, really? Like, we're seniors. Y'all are seniors right now. Like, this, really?" And Tiago's like, "Dude, it's not me." One last time. Shut up.
Didn't you have an original point before I broke it with the weed stuff? What was it?
Yeah, we'll get back to it. I was talking about Boy Scouts.
Oh, okay.
I was in Boy Scouts. Yeah. Yeah, I was in Boy Scouts, and we would do this thing where, like, once a week, like 4 or 5 of us would have to sign up to, like, volunteer at the recycling center.
Okay.
And then when people pulled up.
And that's where you got molested?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Never did.
Okay. The whole Boy Scout thing?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Crazy.
Because the leaders were fucking someone else.
Yeah. You go, "Thank God Austin was cute."
No, it was my.
Oh, it was your
my
mom.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I love my mom though. But anyway, so we would volunteer at this recycling center, and we would kind of just stand out there. And then there'd be those big bins, and we would have to, like, people would pull up, like, a trunk full of stuff. They'd put it down, and then we would just go take it, load into the bins. Mm-hmm. One time, I'm there volunteering with, a few of my buddies. A lady pulls up in a minivan. Okay. With both back rows of seats taken out. Okay. Her entire car is filled with magazines. Okay. The entire floor.
What magazines?
Well, I'm gonna get there.
Oh, okay, all right.
The entire floor area of the minivan stacked up to the goddamn ceiling, like literally like 3 by 5 by fucking 4.
Yeah, like a hoarder.
Like
she hoarded magazines.
Like fucking 60 cubic feet of magazines, and she's not a hoarder.
Liar.
No.
Liar.
No, she's not a liar.
Okay.
These magazines weren't hers.
Oh.
We overheard her talking to one of the leaders because we were like, because she pulled up, and then we walk up like little Boy Scouts, were like 13, like, "Hey, like, we're here to help you unload." And she was like, you don't want to unload this. And we were like, what? And she's like, let me talk to the because there'd be a leader or two there, like a parent or something with us.
Oh my God.
And she goes up to the parent.
They were just all hustlers.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I was joking.
No,
Are you?
Yes.
What?
And Playboys and shit. I think they're Playboys.
Oh my God.
They're Playboys. And she went up to the leaders, fucking pissed. She was like, hey guys, like if you're fine with them helping me unload this, I'd love that. But I just want to let you know, my dad passed away a week ago, and all he fucking left me in the will was his Playboy collection.
What a hilarious way to find out you're the least favorite child.
Dude, she was pissed.
Oh yeah.
She was so pissed. And then the parents came up to us, they're like, hey, you can help. You gotta help this lady, but like, don't be looking at them. And we were like, oh, definitely won't look at any. Definitely not gonna fold 3 in half and put it in my pants right now. You know what I mean? And we filled this thing, and it's like a giant like a roll off dumpster kind of thing. There's like 8 roll off giant dumpsters, and every now and then before this, we would sometimes get in the newspaper one. Like you just climb in it, and we just hang out, be like, "Oh, we're in the newspaper or whatever," and like the newspaper magazine ones. So we fill this fucking thing with these Playboys. And then we're just taking turns, like jumping inside of the thing, just surrounded by Playboys.
That's amazing. That's like a child's dream. You like drowning in porn?
Literally, it was insane.
You're swimming in porn. You're like,
you're
like the Scrooge McDuck of porns.
It's instead of coins, it's just titties.
Yeah.
It's just titties and bunny ears, dude. I was like, I'm diving head first, dude.
Oh, do you remember the first time you ever saw any sort of like boobs on a TV or something, or like on a screen?
I can't pinpoint the exact time, but this one was. I was like, dude, this is fucking sick, dude. And look at me now, bro.
You swim in porn as a child, and this is what you turn into.
I was like 12 or 13. Oh my God, dude! I think I don't even know if I kissed a girl at this point. And I'm literally surrounded in like 2 king mattress size volume worth of fucking Playboys.
Oh my God, that's my dream right now. Fuck being a kid. That's not bad.
Yeah, let's go volunteer somewhere. Yeah. Start volunteering.
We need to go join the Boy Scouts.
Hey, we take some late 20-year-olds.
Oh
yeah, dude, that was fucking awesome.
The first time I ever saw a boob, I remember it. I mean, like clear as day. Okay, yeah. I was supposed to be asleep, and I wasn't.
Yeah. Also, sorry. Keep talking and close that door.
Oh, okay. I was supposed to be asleep, and I wasn't. I couldn't sleep for whatever reason as a kid, so I snuck out of my room, and I walked into, like, we had a hallway that led to like a living room and a kitchen. So I snuck into the kitchen, and then I got onto the counter, and we had like this like open window in the counter in the kitchen, so you could see into the living room.
Yeah.
And my dad was watching a pay-per-view version of Jerry Springer where it was like unblurred, so they just had like girls getting in fights, ripping shirts off and tits out.
Wait, what's Jerry Springer?
Are you serious right now?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what Jerry Springer is?
No, what is it?
It was like, so it was scripted, but he would like bring people. It was kind of like,
is it like Maury?
But like upgraded, like more insane and crazy.
An adult
yeah. It'd be they'd bring people on and be like, they're having marriage problems. What's the issue here? And then she'd be like, well, I feel like he doesn't really look at me anymore. And they'd be like, and John, why don't you look at her? And he's like, because I've been fucking my brother. And like it would be crazy, right?
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, oh hell no, and start a fight. Like she'd be ripping, and then the crowd would be like, Jerry. It was amazing. Like,
that sounds sick.
It's
dude.
so good.
Yeah, check that out.
It is the best television that I think has ever been created. But my dad bought a pay-per-view version where the fights, they're like, when the fight started, they were like, go get in the mud pool, okay?
They had a mud pool?
They had a mud pool.
That's awesome.
And then they would just rip their clothes off. And like, as a 6-year-old or something, I was like,
yeah. Dude, well now now I understand why, like, you know, our parents are saying this country's gone to hell.
Because you don't got Jerry Springer no more.
Ain't no more Jerry, bro.
Oh. That's
awesome.
crazy. You don't know about Jerry Springer. No. I guess you're young.
I do remember actually the first time I saw boobs on a screen, I think. I was with my mom and dad, and I can't remember, my sister was there. Maybe she was sleeping over somebody's house or whatever. Yeah. Me and my mom and dad. Pre-separation. How about that?
Okay. The good old days.
Hey. How about that?
Back when there was glee in your eyes.
And my dad's like, oh, a funny movie we could watch is Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever seen that?
No, but I know about it.
Yeah. It's like a movie where it's like people start in college and like all these nerds get bullied, but then they start doing fraternity kind of thing. Yeah. But at one point I think they actually do some mud wrestling or something like that, where there's titties on the screen. Mm-hmm. My mom was pissed. Mom was like, "Why is he seeing this?" I was like, "No, please, no."
I would kill someone. Just keep watching this.
Yeah. And then I remember I was like shooting basketball like with my dad like a few days later, and he was giving me a talk, and the whole time I was like. He was giving me a talk about like, hey man, like I guess that movie isn't appropriate for you, and the whole time it was like, dude, are you reading off of notes right now? It was so clear. It was like you can see some titties, bro.
Man, my dad, and I've tried this as a bit and it didn't work, so we'll see how it does on a podcast. But my dad, this is like true, right? So my parents, like, I think they saw like Search History or something, right? So yeah. So I was doing judo at the time, right? So we're driving home from judo practice, and my dad's just driving. He's like dead silent in the car. He goes, you know, I know you've been looking at these dirty movies, and I was like stomach dropped, and I was like, oh, fuck, what? What?
What, me? No.
What are you talking about, man? He was like,
talking about, Willis?
AJ, I know you have been watching these. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And he goes, girls in real life, they don't do any of those things. and then did not say another word about it. Just, that's it. Just.
Girls in real life? They give toothy head.
He's like, I want to let you know, don't get your hopes up. The end.
Dude, I wish the parents at the recycling center said that. They're like, hey, please don't look at those magazines. We know you looked, but just a heads up, they ain't
don't bank on that.
God, I hope there's a mother out there telling her daughter, like, yo, they ain't all Magic Mike.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah. I would really appreciate that. If there was a lady that was like, they're not all going to be 12 inches. I'm just letting you know that's a bit unrealistic to expect.
Yeah. You get a Frank's. Be happy.
Yeah, where are the realistic body expectations for men in porn? Hell okay? Yeah, dude. The guys with the regular dicks.
I'm sorry, dude.
I'm sick and tired of these fat cocked guys getting all the stage time.
Yeah. I hate watching porn with like an absurd wiener. I'm like, all right, this is crazy. This is
comical.
Yeah, I'm like, is she even that? Like, maybe she's having fun. But
I've talked to enough girls where I'm like, I think she's putting on a little bit of a performance.
Yeah. I definitely know a few. Like, I've heard a few say like, all right, there's a fucking limit.
Yeah.
But I will say, if I watch one that's like less than mine, I'm like, I can't respect this.
Yeah, I watch it, I go.
I'm like, this is supposed to be fantasy.
Fuck you, little dick.
That's fun.
When I was in high school, I don't think I told this on the podcast. Maybe I did, but my dad, like, I was like looking for something in his truck, and I found 3 porno DVDs, right? Because it was like 2007.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool, man. Like, and so I swiped one, right? And then I like told my buddies, I was like, yeah, I got, because this was before internet porn.
Yeah, you're like,
you
yeah,
didn't
we got
have internet porn. You had to look at still frame pictures, and that's it. And I was like, no, I got the real thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we put it in the DVD player and pressed play. And it was, the woman, she's like, hey, I'm Tammy. Okay? Mm-hmm. No last name, right?
Tammy.
She's smoking a cigarette in a trailer, bent over like a counter, just getting railed, okay?
Wait, while she's getting railed, she's like, I'm Tammy.
Smoking a cigarette. No. It's like, hey, I'm Tammy, cut to. But she was smoking a cigarette while having sex, okay? It was just like, it was the most disgusting porn. And like, Tammy looked like what you think a Tammy looks like, okay? She was not a star. She was just a porn actress.
Yeah.
Okay? And then we were like, oh, no. We turned it off. And then years down the line, I had a friend bring up, he was like, you remember when you like were all excited and brought that porn in and it was that nasty trailer park shit?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, man, you're doing a lot of drugs and you got to stop because that shit never happened. I don't know what the fuck you're
denied.
Yeah. We were like in front of a group of people. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're insane.
No, the only pornos I bring over, the house has a mantle.
Yeah. They're real nice with real pretty ladies.
No Tammy.
Only
Cassandra's.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a sex talk?
That was literally mine. Was the porn stuff. My dad was just like,
that was the sex talk.
Yeah. That was it. He was just like, hey, it don't happen like that in real life.
So I was actually,
which is not necessarily true. Also,
what?
I've had ladies that have done very nice things to me.
I love women, bro.
That I've also seen in the movies. Okay.
I love women. Oh, but speaking of Vegas,
I love women.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. I don't. Maybe I did, but I really don't remember in my life ever getting a sex talk.
Yeah.
Like maybe I did. I just can't remember. I just went to public school and just somebody.
I've always thought this, that like, and maybe I went to like a specific school where it was decent.
Mm-hmm.
I left sex ed not confused.
Yeah.
Other than how many holes a girl has, that was pretty. I was like, you guys pee and you fuck out of a different hole. That's crazy.
Interesting. Just learned that.
I learned that.
I don't know.
I learned that when I was 17. My sister said something about you peeing out of a different hole than you have a period out of.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're an idiot that doesn't know how your body works. What are we talking about here?
Like, hey, I can drive. I know.
And then, yeah. And then I had a buddy over, and we both were like, "You're a fucking stupid, dumb idiot. What are you talking about? It's crazy. We know more about you than you do." And she was like, "No, you're the wrong idiot." And we just bullied her
into doubting herself.
No, she never doubted herself. We were just like,
good.
"You're a fucking stupid moron."
Yeah.
And then it ended.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh man. Dude, I ran into an ex-girlfriend of mine today.
Today? Oh, hell yeah.
And guess what?
What?
Turns out someone else got fat. That's fun.
Her current boyfriend?
No. I was a little concerned. I was like, I don't look great. And I saw her and I was like, oh, we both got fat. That's great. Okay. That's huge.
Hey,
hell yeah.
We're equal.
Neither one of us is winning.
And that's where you're progressive.
Yeah.
Like, we both can fall apart.
Yes.
It's fine.
Look, time tears us down, dude.
Yeah. Father Time undefeated, dude.
I also ran into an old boss today.
Yeah.
That was tough. I was at a funeral, and so I was running into a lot of old people, but the old boss sucked. I was such a dick to him immediately.
Yeah.
He walked up, I go, "You look tired."
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm not tired." And I was like, "Is it stress? Stress is getting you, right?" And he was like, "I'm not stressed." And I go, "I tell your face that, man. You look bad." Like,
boss of what? What were you working at?
So boss, he was the owner of like 30 McDonald's.
Okay.
And then I was, at the time,
working at the McDicks.
No, I was in charge of the upkeep of all the machines in 30 McDonald's.
Okay, yeah. Still worked at McDonald's.
Shut up, bitch! You fucking bitch! I hated it, dude. I hated it. It was like something you like. You can't be proud.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing like a corporate thing, you're like, no. You got that M on your shirt.
I worked at KFC, man.
Yeah, when you were 16, not when you were.
When I was 14.
Okay, younger. Yeah.
I would smoke weed with my manager, dude.
That's a bad guy.
No, he was chill.
No, he's a bad guy.
No.
He's giving drugs to young children.
Well, here's the thing. He had a dab pen.
Okay.
Like literally a decade ago.
Okay.
And I recognized it.
Sure.
Because I think he played it off to most people there. It's like, this is my vape. I go back to my vape. And I was like, hey, that ain't nicotine, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, what? And I was like, is that weed? And he was like, I don't know. And I was like, can I hit it? And he's like, yeah, let's go, dude. And we were fucking
That doesn't make him not a bad guy.
Okay. No. He's a good guy.
All right.
He's a great guy. The bad guy, the bad manager at the KFC was the one that was a little older than him and was fucking the girl I went to high school with.
Oh, no, that's really bad.
That's the bad guy.
That's a really bad guy.
See, that's the bad guy.
So the guy supplying the minors with drugs is not as bad as the one that was fucking the minors. That's crazy.
Yeah, not at all. And it wasn't like he was going around being like, hey, what minors want drugs? He wasn't as
he's sharing with the ones that are inquisitive.
Yeah, he wasn't nearly as discreet as he thought he was. And somebody was like, give me that. And he was like, okay, fine. It's like, fine, dude, whatever. That guy was sick though. After I quit KFC like a year or so later, I ran into him while I was on some Woodstock.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Acid. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So I was on acid. I went to the thrift store with my friend while we were on acid.
Yeah. You probably could have said mushrooms.
Yeah, it was mushrooms. That's
it
was
mushrooms.
I was on mushrooms. And yeah.
What's that all about?
What was I saying? Why did I say that?
Who cares?
I was on mushrooms. I was on the natural good thing. And we were at the thrift store. And I'm in this thrift store, which the only cool thing my town has is a thrift store the size of a Walmart.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Dude. It's so cool. Like you can
It has every person in your town's belongings.
I mean, it's great, dude. Every time I go home, I just I go through there and within 8 minutes I just find 3 funky pattern polos and I leave. Yeah. It's great.
It's great.
So we were on mushrooms or whatever and went in there. And then as I'm looking at polos and I'm also at this point I'm like, dude, why are we here? This is crazy. Let's go to the creek.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see my manager. I'm like, oh, my God, no way. I walk up to him like, dude, what's up? He's like, oh, dude, Patrick, what's up? How you doing? This is my girlfriend. This is our baby. He has a stroller with a kid in it. And I'm like, I got to go right now.
That's so weird when you see someone you used to do drugs with that now has a kid.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a unique take, but it shocks me every time.
Yeah, especially when you're on substance as well.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, just meeting a baby on acid is crazy.
You're like, yo, I'm glad you matured. That's good.
Oh my god. I don't know. Did I tell you about the time I was at a party? Okay, I got invited. I'd started comedy within 3 months. I got invited to a party, right?
With comics and shit?
No, with a comic, also an open micer, has since quit. Okay, and I get there. And I
say them by name.
Jack Cheney.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who it is. You never met him.
I was just doing what you were doing.
I shouldn't have said that.
I don't think it sounded like you said Dick Cheney.
It was Dick Cheney.
His name was Dick Cheney?
No, it wasn't Dick Cheney.
Oh, okay. That'd be so funny if Dick Cheney was an open micer. And then he just bombed so hard. He's like, well, okay, I'll take bombing to the next level, dude.
Yeah. He's like, let me tell you about Iraq.
Yeah.
No, but so I show up. I'm like, I'm in jeans, graphic tee, fucking Converse. I show up to the address. I make sure it's the right one. I walk inside, a 6-pack of beer. I'm at a full-grown adults, like people in their 30s.
And you're what, 22 or something?
Yeah, 24. Your age. And then I show up and I walk inside And it's like people in like dresses and like suits and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is Jack here? And they're like, Jack's upstairs. Yeah. So I go upstairs and I meet him on the stairs. And he's like, dude, you gotta come to my room. And this is a guy, he had a business job. He always showed up in like nice clothes and everything, right? Yeah. So I walk up to his room and he's like, hey man, I've got a tab of acid. It's been in my freezer for like a year. Do you want it?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's like 6 p.m. or something. I was like, yeah, I'll take it,
Got time?
Take it. So we go down the stairs. We're going back down to the party. And I've been talking to him. And then he stops me and he's like, hey, man, I'm on so much ketamine right now. I don't know what the fuck you've been saying the whole time you've been here. And I was like, you just gave me drugs. He's like, I did what? And I was like, you gave me drugs. You gave me acid, man. And he was like, oh, yeah.
Sure, that's what that was for sure. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, boy, I hope that was acid, And I go back to the party. And then I had like a beer when I first got there because I was uncomfortable. But besides that, didn't drink anything for the rest of the night. Acid never kicked in.
Okay.
It's 3 a.m. Okay. And the party's winding down. Most of the people have left. It's just him and his roommates there now at this point. Yeah. And they're like, all right, well, we're going to go to bed. And I'm like, well, I'm stone cold sober. I think I'm going to just drive home. It's been a kind of a bummer because I don't know. I just didn't have like a feeling in me to drink. God, right?
I know what's going to happen.
Well, hang on. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to take a piss real quick before I leave.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, cool. So I run into the bathroom, cut the lights on. The mirror's raining. Okay. It's just everything's dripping, melting.
But before that, nothing?
Not even an inkling of it. Okay.
Oh, my God.
And so I come out and I'm like, Jack, that acid just kicked in. And he's like, what acid are you talking about? And I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. The acid you fed me, man. Yeah. I'm fucked up. And he goes, oh, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, good luck.
And I was like, I can't leave here. And he's like, I mean, we got a couch if you want to sleep there. And I was like, I'm on acid, man. He was like, we got a couch if you want to sit there.
Just sit there.
So then I go and I sit on the couch, right? And I'm like, it's in the dark. My phone's like dying.
No charger.
I'm just like, okay, I'm on acid. All right, this is pretty scary, You don't know these people. Yeah.
Terrified.
There's a guy that he was Jack's drug dealer, right? And he fell asleep on the like love seat sort of couch.
Yeah. And made love to you all night.
No. He's yeah.
Y'all made love that night.
He called it love. I called it rape. We have different definitions of love.
Ain't no fucking going on. It's love, baby.
And I said, this sure doesn't feel like love.
Hey. If you
what a nightmare.
If you love something, let it go. And if it comes back to you, that's how you know you love it. And you're like, I'm not coming back.
I'm not coming back.
He's like, then why are you back?
So, no.
That was terrible.
Listen. He's asleep, right? He's asleep. I'm like, I'm just going to turn on this TV. I got to do something. Like my brain's melting,
Yeah.
So I cut the TV on. No even words. It's just that Roku City, comes up.
Mm-hmm.
And like the second the light comes on, he opens his eyes and goes, turn that fucking TV off. And so I just turn it off and sit in the dark on acid for like 8 more hours, dude. It was the worst night of my life.
Oh my God. You finally quit tripping. You started acid at 3 a.m. By the time you get off, you can't even get Chick-fil-A breakfast anymore.
Dude, it was horrible, man. I just laid there in the dark. And it felt like my brain was doing backflips for fucking 9 hours. Oh,
that's funny.
Worst night of my life, I think.
That's funny, dude. Dude, we talk about doing these drugs and stuff, but we don't do that anymore.
I don't. I've really cleaned up my act. Yeah.
I have too. Just some drinking, but I mean, like we've talked about here about times I've done schneefy or whatever.
Yeah.
But I really have not done that in a long time.
It's
actually, do you know how I quit doing like drugs and stuff like that, and like was like, all right, no more of this.
Yeah, because you made a deal with the devil that pussy would be your new vice.
Well, I didn't have to make a deal with the devil for that one, brother.
Okay. Yeah.
That was a deal. That was a deal with my subconscious.
You said, hey, what if instead of drugs I chose pussy?
Yeah. I wish, but I was not like years ago. Be doing some schneefy, whatever.
Yeah.
And this is how I stopped, is because I would like get some, and then as I'm doing it, I would like start drinking, and I get blackout drunk, and then I would like run out, and then I would text whoever gave it to me, and I'd be like, "Hey, can I get some more?" And this is like 3 a.m. or whatever, and if they didn't respond to me, I'd be like, "Hey, you fucking asshole."
You turned mean quick.
Instantly. They had
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
Hello, this is me, Patrick O'Malley, coming to you, asking you for drugs.
Stuff.
And then 10 minutes later, you're like, I will kill you.
Oh my! You think I gave them 10 minutes? They had 90 seconds.
If I don't see those red receipts quick, I'm coming in hot.
I texted multiple people, hey, you suck at this.
You're a bad drug dealer.
Isn't this your job? I'd call him like an asshole. And
this is why you can't hold down a real job.
Yeah.
Because you're a bad worker.
Yeah, I'd be like, this is why you do that, and I'm going to have an engineering degree. Like, you suck.
That's so funny.
And then they just stop responding
to you. Block your number.
Yep. And then I just did that to everyone I ever met ever. And now I couldn't even tell you who. I know nothing now.
You blackballed yourself from getting drugs.
Yeah.
That's got to be a 1 in a million. They deal with drug addicts, brother. They deal with people that won't pay.
Yeah.
And they're like, no,
that was part of my thing. I was like, hey, I have money. Like, I've never asked you to front me.
Right. Yeah. And they'll put up with that more than your bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Like, I'd rather deal with a homeless guy that's going to rip me off than you paying me. It's crazy.
And that happened long enough ago to where I don't even want nothing anymore. Like, I'm just chilling. I'm just like, all right, I have like a few beers, I'm fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, dude. It's like, technically
that's an example of not everyone should go to therapy.
Yeah.
So you go to therapy, you learn to not yell at people, and then you'd still be doing drugs.
Yeah. But here's the thing is, technically, they were all my AA sponsors.
Yeah.
They're like, let's keep this guy sober. Enough of this guy. So yeah, I'm very glad I'm years sober besides the alcohol.
Oh man, there's something I've been meaning to tell you. There was this I went to school with this guy, right? I don't want to use his name because I'm about to say some mean stuff about him, but he was a loser, right?
Okay.
And like,
probably a nice guy.
Probably very nice, but people didn't like him, right?
Yeah, sometimes that happens. Like, hey man, you're a nice guy. We like you, but come on.
And like, to the point where like he would like bribe people to hang out with him. He'd be like, "Hey man, like
what?"
Yeah.
He'd be like, I'll give you $20 to come to the movies.
It'd be like, I'll buy you a 6-pack of Monster energy drinks. And were you part of?
You were calling me trash earlier, brother.
Yeah. But were you part of the age group where you guys loved Monsters? Like that was.
Nope.
That was currency in my school. Okay.
That's wild.
Yeah. So
when we would hang out at the roller rink,
I don't even know if that was age or more like area.
I think that's you, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monsters were big in middle school, okay?
Yeah.
What were you going to say, roller rink?
I was going to say at the roller rink, people would get rock stars a bunch.
Yeah.
Like they were fucking PBRs, but I never did.
So he would offer that. One time he offered like a dirt bike to somebody to hang out with him. Like it was.
What?
Yeah.
He's like, I'll give you a dirt bike to hang out with me.
Yeah, but he wouldn't follow through with a lot of the stuff. And so that was also part of it. He'd be like, no, we're not actually going to get the dirt bike. We just have to hang out with you. And so anyway, he grew up to marry this lady, right?
Yeah.
They're married. They have a kid. And the lady, I'll say first name but not last name.
No, you don't even have to. It's okay. Whatever you want to do.
All right, we'll call her Rebecca.
Yeah.
So, and I'll probably slip up and actually say her name at some point in the story. But
you're gonna say Haley. I'm like, I thought it was Rebecca.
Yeah. I'll be like,
was it Haley?
No, it wasn't Haley. I'm at a bar with this girl, right? And it's me and like a lot of my sister's friends. We're all hanging out. And this girl, we have a high top table. There's one girl, she's very, very rich. So she buys like 2 hookahs for the table, right?
Yeah.
And so we're just hanging out at the table, smoking a little hookah. And this girl fucking raged, okay? She drank more and partied harder than anybody that I know to this day, okay?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And you can tell. But so she comes over to the table, right? Yeah. She's wearing like a white romper, okay? Mm-hmm. She comes crashing into it. She like almost knocks our shit over. And she's like, "Hey, can we be done at this fucking table?" Damn. And we're like, "We're having a nice time. Like, fucking, what's your problem with this table?" She's like, "It fucking smells like puke over here." And we're like, "It absolutely does not. We're all pretty aware that it doesn't." And then she goes, "Oh yeah?" And she picks up an empty Jell-O shot container and pukes into it and puts the lid on it and puts it on the ground and stomps it. Puke goes everywhere. And she goes, "What?" Yeah.
So she vomited in a Jell-O shot container?
Yeah.
And it only was in the Jell-O shot?
She had like a mouthful of puke. Like it was just like a little mouth, like,
okay,
right?
Okay.
Puts the lid on it.
Not like a real yak.
Yeah. Just a little spit up into it.
No way a fucking shot container could contain a yak.
Listen, stomps it and goes, "Can we now all agree it smells like puke?"
That's awesome, dude.
I was like, "Hey, I'm going with her, dude. She rules."
She rules. That's
and then
sick.
I followed her. I was like, "Yeah, I'll go anywhere with you." So we walk, and she walks onto the dance floor, right?
Yeah.
She pushes people dancing. She's like, "Get out of my way." Forms a circle with these people. She organized them. Drops down and starts doing the worm. Okay. Nobody's asked her to do this.
Pretty good worm?
It's bad. It's bad. It's on a dive bar in Savannah, Georgia. She gets up. That white romper she was wearing, black.
She turns to the black swan.
Yeah.
That's her Jacqueline Hyde.
Yeah, that's hers. Yeah.
Is the dress white and gold or black and blue? It's covered in shit.
Yeah, it's soot.
Hey, what were you employed as a chimney sweep? What is that? You Charles Dickens motherfucker.
Oh. So she's like hammered, right? Like teetering on blackout. She's like falling. Hey, you need to sit down for a second. She's like, I'm fine. And so I walk her over. She's like, I just need to go to the bathroom. So I walk her over, and there's like some like bars, or not bar stools, but like, you know, chairs, like restaurant chairs by the bathroom. Yeah. She's sitting on those. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go talk with our group of friends. So we go back there. And then I get to talking with them for a little bit. They're like, "Hey, where's, what's her face?" And I go, "Oh, she's at the bathroom." I go over there, and she's not in her chair.
No.
And then I open the bathroom, and it's open. Like, there's nobody in it. So then, like, we call her. We're like, "Hey, where are you?" And she's like, "Oh, this dude told me he'd give me a ride back to our place."
Oh, okay. Hopefully a really good, trustworthy dude.
Everybody was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
A stranger just picked you up and told you he'd take you back to your house.
Yeah, that's a location now.
And then
send location now.
And we were like, "Hey, what the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Quit replying. She was at the house when they got there. Okay. No bad story. No bad ending to the story.
Nice.
She found the one dude in the world
that was like,
I'm going to be a good Samaritan and just give this girl a ride home.
What a great guy.
Yeah.
Shout the fuck out.
And that's why it's important to take chances.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you could end up with the one good guy and not get murdered.
So anybody listening to this, if you're ever black out and a stranger offers you a ride home,
take it.
It's going to work out. It must. Oh my God, dude. One time I was like, I had kind of similar situation. Like I lost like a very good like lady friend of mine while we were drinking. Mm-hmm. This was when I was like living in France. and like my friends and I did like a weekend in Germany.
Yeah.
And we're in like Stuttgart, Germany.
Okay, Stuttgart.
Yeah. Dude,
I've been there.
Time. Huh?
I've been there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like Porsche and Mercedes and stuff. Yeah, dude, it was sick. We got there. That was crazy.
What?
That was a 25 on the Richter scale.
What the fuck was it, though?
If the mics did not pick up that shat, then I don't know.
What the fuck was it? I heard that, too.
Yeah. Keep looking around.
These curtains?
Don't touch these.
I don't know what the fuck.
Don't touch our background.
Do you have a haunted house?
Yeah, it's haunted. Yeah, no, you have a haunted Colvin.
Yeah.
You fucking have. Dude, but in Stuttgart...
It's haunted with that drug dealer's sperms.
You mean that love dealer?
That's what he was dealing out. Was love sessions.
But bro, we get to Stuttgart, right? And like, was this also the kid? I think you might have went like a year or two after me. Mm-hmm. But usually, in a lot of places in Germany, they're like a little like oldish fashion. Like a lot of places are cash only or whatever.
Yeah.
Close early.
Yeah.
We were out in Stuttgart. We were like, it was like 11. We're trying to find
kind of
somewhere.
Sucked. I did not love it.
Dude, everywhere was closed. The only place we find open is this like hookah lounge.
It scared me too because it's very Eastern Bloc with everything. Like it's like all the buildings look like every movie I've seen. Yeah. Where someone gets like yanked in a door and then fucking killed.
Yeah. It looks like the shady parts of like War Dogs.
Yeah. Or Hostel.
Yeah.
It was all.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Yeah, but we're walking around at 11. We're like, everything's closed. We find one hookah bar. We're like, fuck it. We'll get some hookah. We'll get some drinks. We get all these drinks and shit. I like black out there. Mm-hmm. And I black back in, and everybody is just like going through their pockets like crazy. I'm like, did we get robbed? And they're like, no. We said that this guy just told us now after we ran up the tab that it's cash only.
Fuck.
And we're like, we need to come up with 250 euros now. And we come up, and I think we're still supposed to like, I thankfully you don't have to like tip or nothing, but like we come up with like 253, and we're like, fucking God. Okay, cool. Walking back to the hostel, literally nobody out in the city at all.
It's scary. All. It's like a ghost town.
Yeah, at all. And it's like
Portland.
Yeah, and it's like
Portland is bad. It's the worst.
And it's like maybe 1 a.m. at this point, but like, dude, it's a major city. There's nobody fucking out.
Yeah.
And we're at an intersection. It's like the last intersection we have before the hostel, and it's like, and like the crosswalk thing is like giving the red hand, like don't walk, and like half the group's like, well, fuck that, let's just go, and the other half's kind of like, no, like let's not.
Yeah, pussies.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of trying to, I'm just like a people pleaser. I'm trying to be like, oh, let's go. Oh, but they want to stay. Oh, but so then I go late. Mm-hmm. So the people that went already crossed. The people that are staying are staying, and then it's just me crossing the street as a car comes by. It's a fucking cop car, and it immediately pulls over, and two German cops hop out and are yelling at me. They're fucking screaming at me. Dude.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know.
At that point, you knew what it felt like to be a Jew in the Holocaust.
Yeah, for sure. And I was like, this is it. Oh, these are the capos? I don't know. But I was like, damn, this is like they're yelling at me in German a bunch, and then I finally like I say enough English, like I don't know at all. And then they start speaking.
No hablo español.
Yeah. Then they start speaking English, and like one of them saying is like, are you fucking serious, man? Like you're out here jaywalking, like you're not even German, and you think you can come here and just jaywalk and all this? And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Well, this is like the pettiest crime.
Yeah, no, I was like, of course, but I wasn't about to get, I thought I could talk my way out of it. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't know, man, I'm sorry. And the one's like, you can't just be sorry. The one that's talked to me. And then the second one grabs fucking handcuffs. Has fucking handcuffs.
How have I never heard this story before?
Yeah, I don't know how you have, dude. It's like he has handcuffs in his hand. And I'm like, no. Dude, I'm like, no, guys, please, like, stop. And this guy's like, hey, man, like, you really fucked up here. It's
like, my God.
Yeah, dude. It's like one guy talking to me, another guy, like, about to fucking slap cuffs on me. Uh-huh. And then the one that's talking on me, his radio buzzes. Uh-huh. And it's just, like screaming coming out of it.
Yeah.
And then he goes, and he, like, goes back, says some German shit. He's like, blah, 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 blah. And then they scream back at him. He's like, oh, blah, blah, and he hits the guy that's about to fucking slap cuffs on me, and he's like, And then he looks at me, he's like, this is the luckiest day of your life.
Oh my God, you almost went to German jail?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then thank God somebody got like stabbed or something. Like they just left, and I'm like,
That's what you don't ever hear about is like sometimes when someone dies, it actually helps out somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helped me out a lot, dude.
Yeah,
I was like,
man.
holy fucking shit, dude.
Yeah.
And then the people that stayed like catched up to me because the people that went sprinted once the cop came by.
Yeah.
And then we all get back to the hospital.
You were the only one that got pulled aside?
I was the only one crossing the street at the time.
Oh.
That's what I was saying. Like I was caught in the middle. I was like, oh, I want to hang back with the people staying in the group, but also, why are we staying? Like, let's cross. So I was the only one in the street when it happened. So it's just like half the group on the other side of the street watching this, being like, oh my God.
Jesus.
And then the other half the group that crossed just sprinted away.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But then we all get back to the hostel, and we were supposed to go up at like 8 a.m. or whatever to like go tour the city and stuff like that. But we get back to the hostel, and when we checked in the hostel earlier that night, the guy working there was like, hey, man, I'm working here till like 5 a.m. Like, whenever y'all get done with your shit, if you want to drink with me, like, we can drink in this hostel lobby. It'll be fun as fuck. And so I get back, and I'm like, wow, I need some drinks, dude. And so I'm asking everyone, I'm like, all right, so are we going to drink with the hostel worker? Everybody besides my one friend, she's like, yeah, I'll drink with you. Everyone's like, no, we have to get up in like 5 hours. So they all go to bed, but me and this girl, like, we're drinking heavy with this dude from like 1 till like 4. And at like 4, I step outside with him to like smoke a cigarette. And my friend I'm drinking with, she's like, it's really cold. We were there in like February. She's like, I'm just going to sit in the lobby. Y'all go smoke that cig, come back. I come back, she's not there anymore.
Someone got her?
No, nobody got, I don't know. But like, I'm like,
wait, hang on. What do you mean you don't know?
Well, that's what I'm about to tell you.
Okay. All right.
So we go back inside. I'm like, maybe she just went to the bathroom, whatever. So I have like another beer or two with this guy, and now it's been like 15 minutes. I'm like, all right, where is she? This is fucked.
Yeah.
So I kind of like push open the door real quick. Like, I don't look inside. I just like push open real quick and yelling, hey, where you at? Nothing.
Yeah.
Calling her, nothing. I'm like,
no.
This is fucked, dude.
They make movies about this stuff.
Right when I'm scared and think, I'm like, where the fuck is she? The elevator in the lobby opens, and it's just her. And I'm like, huh? And she goes, I don't have any shoes. And she's standing there with no fucking shoes on. I'm like, wait, what? Well, she was like, when I was in the lobby, like, these guys asked if I wanted to hang out, and I went with this group of people, and now I don't have any shoes. And I'm like, okay, like, do you remember where? And she's like, I remember the room exactly. Like, can you help me go get my shoes? I'm like, yeah, like, let's go get your shoes.
You go beat on German doors to be like, give her shoes back?
Yeah, so we go to like the 3rd floor. She's like, is this room? I like knock on it. Nothing at all. She's like, oh, sorry, it's a different room. I'm
God damn.
I'm like, yo, it's 5 a.m., dude. I knock on like 4 doors.
Oh my God.
And most of the time it's nobody coming out, but a few times people came out and they're like, it's a language I have no idea what the fuck like, they're saying.
Hey, German for whoops.
Yeah,
keep it moving.
I'm like, hi. And then she's like, no, this is it. This is actually it. I'm like, all right, this is the last one I'm knocking on. I knock on it. This dude answers, and he's like, it's her. Like, pissed.
What did she do?
And I'm like, what happened? And they're speaking French. And at this point, I kind of
French.
And at this point, I kind of still knew some French. And what I got from them was essentially, she followed us to our room. She's been asking us about shoes. We have no idea, man. Like, no
way.
And I'm like, and she's like, and she's like, I know you. And he's like, get away from us. Yeah, dude. And eventually the guy we were drinking with like found all her stuff in the hostel and like shipped it back to her in France. She got it all back.
Oh, that's fun. What a happy ending to that story.
Exactly.
Sometimes SlopCast has happy endings.
Exactly, dude.
And barely even mentioned death one time on this episode.
I don't think even at all, maybe.
I said I was at a funeral.
Okay, but you can say that.
I was at a funeral for life.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
We were celebrating life.
That was a fun time. I'll never go. I don't have any shoes. Like, it wasn't even like, oh, thank God, there you are.
Yeah.
The first thing, I don't have any shoes.
I need help. You still know her?
Oh yeah, of course. She's great. I love her so much, dude. Great friend. Awesome person. Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that story, not the funniest ending, but I think
it was compelling.
Story. Yeah.
Yeah. I was locked in.
Almost got fucking arrested in Germany.
That's crazy. That
scariest
sucks.
thing ever, dude.
So Lindsay and I were in Europe for like I think we'd been in Europe for about 7 days at this point, right?
Yeah.
Riding the trains and everything.
Yeah.
And just being dumb, did not know there was like a difference between like first class or whatever.
Oh, in the trains?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
isn't that awesome that like their public transit is so good that a train is first class?
Yeah, it's nice too.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So we'd just been riding first class. There were no issues.
Yeah.
Like all around Europe.
You were like, these seats are better.
We were like, these are great. No, we just literally like the train would pull up.
Yeah.
We would get on, find a seat. That had not been a problem.
Yeah.
And then the one we get on, we were like, we were gonna go. There was like tons of open seats, but we were like, I don't really want to sit in the front. So we were gonna go back. But this door had this big sticker that said like door out of service.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, well, whoops. We're going to sit here.
You went through the door?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was out of service. So we were like, well, we're sitting in this train.
Yeah.
And then there was a ticket taker that came up and he was like, hey, you're not in first class, or you don't have first class tickets. And we were like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know there was anything different. He was like, get out of first class.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, well, we tried to go through that door, but it's broken. He was like, if you don't get out of this train right now, and he's yelling. I'm talking calm, but he's yelling at us, right?
And the train's moving?
Yeah, and he's like, if you don't get out of this cabin right now, I will fine you each both 200 francs.
Oh my God.
And we were like, what the fuck? Like, that door's broken. He was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to be in here. Get the fuck out of this train.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? We can't go through that door. He's like, I'm going to give you a ticket if you don't get out of here. So then I have to put my foot on a wall and like pry the door open. We're backpacking, so we have those giant backpacks, right? So we're like stuck in the fucking door.
Yeah.
She's kicking me to get through it. I get through. I have to then pull her to get her through.
Oh my God.
And we get to the next thing. After we're out of that, this train was packed. We walked 2 miles of train to like the last seat on the train, right? Yeah. We sit there and I'm sitting normal, right? And that fucker comes up again, right? And he's like, tickets. And I go, you already did this. You remember you kicked us out front. Yeah. He goes, tickets. And I go, okay. So,
did he punch them up front or something?
Yeah. I go, you already did that. He goes, I need to see him again. He didn't say that. He just said tickets again because he's a fucking cocksucker. He's a piece of shit French fuck. I hate the French.
Yeah.
And then so I show it to him. But it was all on our phone. Okay. So he scans it. So I hold up our phone again. He scans it. He goes, I don't believe you guys are who you say you are. Bring out your passports.
Yeah.
And so we have to like then get our bags out from the overhead carriage thing and like dig through, find our passports. And he looks at it and goes, okay, you're only allowed to sit in one seat and your feet are over the line taking up that. There's nobody sitting in the seat across from me, right?
Wow.
They're taking up that seat's foot space. Move your feet.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to do that. He was like, I'll find you two.
You wouldn't just bring him back quick?
Fuck no.
Yeah.
On this? Absolutely not. You're being a cocksucker for no reason.
Yeah, he is. But he's trying to fine you hundreds of dollars.
Well, and then he's like, okay.
Just pull it back. He's going to walk away, put him back.
Yeah, and that's what I did. And then he threatened me with the fine again. And I was like, okay. So I scooted him 6 inches, moved him back. He came back and was like, if I tell you again, I will fine you. Do not put your feet on that side of the seat.
Damn, how did he know? Did they have like camera or something?
He just came back because he's like, it's a train. He just started walking back and saw me again. He just fucking hated me, dude. I hope he gets raped. I hope he gets raped.
No, love.
No.
Love made.
I hope there's no love involved. I hate. Dude,
we got really fucked in Switzerland with that. And another time we were on like a French.
That's where we were going, was Switzerland.
We were on like a French train too, and it was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And my one buddy John was like really good at like scheming and stuff like that.
I love a schemer.
Yeah, dude, he's great. He was like, I'm gonna like whatever we would do for travel plans on like the weekend or whatever, he'd be like, I'm gonna find out any way I can do to save like $5. And like if it's one train,
oh, so he was Jewish.
Yeah. And for these few, like sometimes we would do those trains, like sometimes
or Indian.
Yeah
He
just likes money. Yeah. Or like saving it. It's an admirable trait.
Yeah
Sure. And but like we went on a run of those trains where sometimes you go on those trains and they don't really come by at all. Yeah. So you're like, oh man, if this time I didn't have a ticket, it wouldn't have mattered.
Right. Yeah.
You know what
I mean?
So we're doing this one train. It's like an hour and a half. He's like, I'm not getting a ticket.
That's crazy.
We're just hopping on with y'all.
Hour and a half. There's a lot of time.
Yeah. And about 15 minutes into it, the ticket lady comes.
Yeah, of course she does.
And he's like, oh shit, dude. And he runs and he goes in the bathroom. And he sits in the bathroom the entire ride. He's like, hey.
That's not a bad move, honestly.
Yeah, he's like, hey, come pound on the door and we stop. I'm like,
on our stop. Yeah. Just let me know.
Yeah.
3 taps lets me know we're there. 2 taps. That's awesome.
Dude, it was great. Fuck, admire that guy. Good vitriol. One time he accidentally, I don't know how he got his wallet wet. I think he jumped in some water or whatever, but he's like, oh, my credit cards are wet. They're not going to work. And at like the fucking hostel we went to, it had like an oven, like a common area.
Wait, no credit cards work if they're wet?
I have no idea, dude. I really have no idea. Maybe put them in the wash or something. He's like, well, I got to dry my credit cards out.
Okay.
So he turns the oven on like low and puts like 2 credit cards in the oven. And then they just kind of melt.
Yeah.
But there's 3 like prongs. Yeah, like a rack.
Yeah.
With the lines.
They melt around the rack.
Yeah.
He's got a W-shaped credit card
now.
Yeah.
So he's just like, well, I'm fucked now. So what he does, this was crazy, dude. He took the fucking chip in the card. He just took the card. He just like melted the rest of it off. Took the chip. And like made a ring out of the chip and just tapped to pay with like a ring.
This was all in Europe?
Yeah.
What an innovative young man.
Dude, he's a genius. Bro.
Yeah.
He's a literal genius. He's one of the best people I've ever seen write code. It's insane.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Wild.
I would have failed every class I took in Europe if it would not have been for him.
I also think this about like school and grades is like I had pretty good grades, but I also think that like I was just pretty good at cheating on tests and nobody ever caught me.
Yeah.
And I go, I don't know if I was ever really that smart. I think I just was better at cheating. Like which might be a skill.
It's a skill.
Getting away with stuff. I don't know if that's really a skill.
Gaming the system.
Yeah.
It's a good skill. That was me fucking one semester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
And then another semester, like this kid that was really good at electrical stuff and would let me kind of cheese some of his answers. Then like this next class that we took that was like not a weed out class, it's like a year or 2 after weed out classes. Like, dude, this is just like if you get a C in this class, like good for you. And like it was the quantum mechanics of semiconductors is pretty much what it is.
Oh,
it was like
okay.
how
I know all of those words.
It's pretty much like how how every electron behaves at like the material level. And for some reason, this was like, I was like, dude, I get all of this. Like, I love it.
You got it?
Great. Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
It was one of the first times that like this guy that was sometimes would let me like get off his shit. He was like, oh, actually, can I get off you on this? I'm like, dude, yeah, for sure.
You held my back the whole time.
And I was like, dude, I'm honored. Actually.
Yeah, that's fun.
I was like, bro, I really understand this a lot.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Yeah, dude. And I was like, well, here you go. You can look at this or whatever.
Yeah, the apprentice has become the master.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I guess he did not have experience being on the other side.
Oh, he got caught cheating?
He didn't change one thing.
Oh, that is such a rookie mistake.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
That is something. I guess that's a quality is I can take someone else's work and be like, this is how I would say that.
I'm really good at that.
I'm really good at that.
I'm the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the professor said something at the beginning of class. He's like, man, I'm really ashamed. Like I deal with this like once every 5 years. Like this is, he's like, y'all have, whoever did this know who you are, and you have like 48 hours before I motion for you to get expelled from school to come to me and just own up to it. And I'm like, fuck, dude. And I call him. I'm like, bro, all right, we got to own up. He's like, I think he's bluffing. I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm always like, listen, dude, I'm a fuck up, but I'm always like, yeah, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Always, every time. Cover up's worse than the crime.
Yeah.
Every time, dude.
I got one story.
Go
Okay,
for it, bro. We got time.
All right. So this is in college, and I just remembered it. When we were talking about college. I haven't thought about this story in fucking years.
Yeah.
So I was in a public speaking class, right? That's all it was, public speaking. And we had to give this presentation on the Native Americans, right? Mm. Everybody had to present for 5 minutes. Mm. So it was one of those lecture classes where you have like 200 people or whatever.
Yeah.
So the groups were like 18 people or something. It's big groups.
Yeah.
So she goes, you guys need to elect a group leader that's going to kind of coordinate everything. It's based on a slideshow, PowerPoint type thing. So the group
type
leader.
Shit.
Yeah, type shit. Shaped
The
it.
professor was like, type shit.
Type shit.
Shaped it.
Shaped it.
I love shaped it.
I like shaped it a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So the teacher was like, you need to have one group leader that will that will coordinate, you know,
that will blow everybody.
He'll receive all the slides, you know.
He's gonna receive all the loads. He's gonna blow every person. And that was you. You were like, yummy.
No, that wasn't me. So he goes, she goes, you need to have a group leader. So there's 2 people in a group. There's a girl named Haley, okay? Yeah. And there's a guy named Keith.
We're back to Haley.
Let's go. Right? So Haley raises her hand. She goes, I would like to be group leader. Keith literally pushes her hand down and is like, I'll be group leader.
Oh, my God.
And then everybody's like, dude, I mean, does anyone have any qualms with Keith being? He's like, and he's adamant. He's like, I've got to be group leader. I think group leader got like 5 extra points on the whatever. We're like, I don't know. Nobody really wanted it. Seems like more responsibility, whatever. Yeah. So we're just like, fucking let Keith. And Haley's devastated, right?
Oh.
You know, she's like, I really wanted it.
Poor Haley.
We're like, fucking, yeah, but you wanted it, but Keith was like adamant. So
he's yelling at us. We want to go home.
We just want him to shut up.
Yeah.
So we do it, right? So it's getting near presentation day for our group. We all send in the slides. And then Keith says, hey, guys, I think that we should meet before to know, like, the order of everything and to kind of just do, like, a little brief rundown before we do it and stuff. And we're like, okay, you got it, man. We'll get the class. I think it was a 9 a.m. class. We were like, we'll plan to get there at 8. We'll get all that knocked out of the way. It'll be done.
Yeah.
Keith does not respond to that. Okay?
The leader?
Yeah, the leader. He doesn't respond to that. So then, like, some texts start coming in. It's like, hey, Keith, I haven't heard anything back. I emailed you my slides. You get them? Nothing, right? Mm-hmm. Nothing from him. A lot of people messaged him. So then we show up at 8 in the morning. Keith doesn't. Okay?
Yeah.
I think it's about like 8:30. And, like, everybody's starting to freak out. But, like, me and I had a real close friend that was in the class. And we were, like, talking with each other. We were like, I mean, at the end of the day, she's not going to fail us because the group leader didn't show up. That's nothing, like, literally, that's nothing we can control. We all have our own slides. It might be kind of clunky, but, like, it'll fuck him for sure.
Did you meet up and, like, sync the slides at all, or?
No. I mean, like, he was supposed to have all that done. That was part of the group leader's job, but he didn't show up. So I'm like, she can't fault us for that.
Yeah.
So we all have our slides. We'll just present it, right? So,
Did they sorry, before you continue, did they give you at the end of it like a peer review survey?
No.
When we had like serious group projects in school, it'd be like, all right, like this is.
You had to like talk about how everyone did.
Not talk. You'd have to just fill out a form to be like, did this person really do what they said they did? And for the most part, like, I mean, nobody I ever worked with really scums. We all be like, yep, they were all great.
No, I went to a lesser important college than you did.
Yeah, but sometimes I mean, like, that was your opportunity. Like, if you were 5 groups, if you're a group of 5 and like 4 of y'all did everything and one said they do,
you can sell them out.
I mean, like, for the most part, I try would never to do that. But, like, if in this instance, I'd be like, fuck this guy.
Just hang on.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it's 8:45.
Yeah.
People are starting to sweat.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy Joe, we're like, hey, guys, stop. Worst case scenario, we each have to pull up our slides individually. We all emailed them to him. We have them in our email. It's very easy to pull them up.
Yeah.
Okay. 9 o'clock, teacher shows up, opens the door. Keith still ain't nowhere to be found.
Damn.
So 9:05.
Of course it's Keith.
I know Keith, dude. 9:05 happens. He in nowhere. 9:10. We're all standing in front of the class except Keith, right? And the teacher's like, "Hey, are you guys going to present or not?"
Yeah.
And then so someone's like, and also Haley is there. The one that wanted to be the fucking team leader is there. So Haley, we're all standing there, and someone's like, "Hey, our group leader isn't here, okay? I don't know where he is." And then, I mean, as if it was cued, the door kicks open, okay?
like a
kick. Keith,
a saloon door.
Keith kicks it open like a saloon door, okay?
Yeah.
Blue jeans.
Okay.
It was told we were supposed to like dress nice. This is like a
you're
business.
Wearing like almost.
I'm wearing khakis with a blue button up, like a light blue button up, tucked in. Yeah. I'm wearing like dress shoes and shit.
Yeah.
Keith, loafers, like just house slippers, not loafers, house slippers, blue jeans,
like
blazer, blazer, graphic tee, glasses, broken. And they've been taped back together. Okay?
Like a nerd glass?
Yeah, no, it was like on the sides and stuff. Yeah. And I swear to God, this is what he said. He said, "Oh my fucking God, my alarm never went off." Okay? So we're in the middle of trying to like put in our emails and pull up all the slides, right?
Yeah.
He walks up to someone actively working on the computer and pushes them to the ground. They fall to the ground because they weren't expecting that, right? He's typing.
Oh my God.
He's typing like a mad scientist, like elbows in the air, fingers crashing down.
A knee up.
Yeah. And then, so he's typing, and then Haley goes, we go, she comes up, she goes, "Hey Keith, I emailed you my slides and I never heard an email back. I was just wondering if you got them." And he goes, "I don't know if I got them, okay?"
Oh my God.
And she goes, "What?" And he goes, "Get away from me. I'm trying to pull up the presentation."
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God. In front of like 200 people?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like 190 or whatever was in our group. Yeah.
200 minus y'all.
And then, so he starts
X equals 200 minus y'all.
So he starts it, right?
Yeah.
And we're talking. Everybody knocks it out of the park.
Yeah.
All pretty good. There's some people that are a little like nervous with public speaking. My buddy, frustratingly impressive at public speaking.
Okay.
So his was the sports of Native Americans, right?
Yeah.
He had 2 slides. There was one slide of Native Americans playing stickball, right? Which was the early form of lacrosse.
Yeah.
The next slide.
Lacrosse is sick, by the way. But yeah.
The next slide, Marshawn Lynch throwing Skittles in the air.
Hell yeah.
That's it. He did 5 minutes, and by the end of the presentation, he was like, and the Native Americans did what? And the 200 people were like, "Played stickball."
He got them chin?
Dude, yeah.
That's awesome.
He had call and response on a group project.
What?
He's insane. He's unbelievable, right?
Get this man on a mic.
He won't do it. He wanted to do a UFC podcast with me, but he lives too far away.
Okay.
But
you can come on, we can do one.
Yeah. He'd be good. He'd be really good.
All right,
You'd be like, that guy's really funny.
That'd be great. Episode 15 is coming.
Yeah. So anyway, it gets to Keith's, right? Keith's slides. So Keith starts talking, right? And then his alarm goes off in his pocket. We hear like, diddle-doo-doo, diddle-doo-doo, diddle-doo-doo-doo. And he goes, son of a fucking bitch. And he starts digging in his pocket, but he's wearing a jacket, like he's wearing a blazer. Yeah. So he's digging in every jacket pocket and can't find his phone, finds it in his back pocket, and like stops it and goes, anyway, I'm sorry. Like tries to go back. He's like, so anyway, what I was saying is, and he goes back to talking about it, and then it goes off again.
The alarm goes off again? Oh my, he hit snooze, not stop.
Yeah. And he goes,
fucking Keith, bro.
He goes, God fucking damn it! And he's smashing his phone with his finger, right? And he presses next slide. He goes to the next slide, and it's a picture. It's a like a political cartoon.
Yeah.
Of an eagle flying over America.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go Birds.
Yeah, go Birds.
He starts calling. He calls 200 people gay.
Yeah. No, he's on a point, right? And he looks at it, and he does a double take. He like looks back, and then he looks at the class and goes, I don't know what that is. I've never seen that image before in my life, okay? He's also the last to go up, okay? He's closing us out, right? Oh, my
God. The closer,
okay? He's like, I don't know what that is. I'm not sure. I've never seen that before. Almost as if like God timed it.
Yeah.
His phone goes off a third time. Dude. He starts punching his phone, okay, to stop the timer.
Oh my God.
Breaks his phone, okay? He breaks his phone.
Breaks an iPhone in half.
He breaks he's punching it until it just like stops working.
Oh my God.
And then he drops everything and walks out of the classroom.
What? Just stops?
He just stops. He just like breaks his phone and leaves, okay?
Oh my God.
It's just like the deadest silence you've ever heard. And then I step forward and I go, that was our presentation. And there was supposed to be a Q&A at the end, right? And I go, are there any questions? Dead silence, okay?
Yeah. Did you go, and what did the natives do?
No.
That would have killed.
Yeah.
Killed.
And what did the natives do?
you just look around for like 3 seconds. And what did the natives do?
They played stickball. No. So I go, are there any questions? And the teacher goes, I have one. To the girl in the back who's crying, and we all turn around, and that girl Haley never had her slides included. She's just silently weeping in the back. She goes, why did you not present? And then this girl through tears. But this is what's so fucked up. She can't pull herself together, right? So she's like, well, I sent him the email, and he said he didn't get it, so he didn't put my slides in the slideshow. And the teacher's like, that's fine. I mean, like, clearly, he's not well.
Like, there's no way.
I won't hold it against you.
Also, man, there's no way that you faked this reaction.
Right. Yeah.
You made the slides.
Yeah.
You made the slides.
She goes, do you have an ability to pull it up? She's like, is it my email? If I could just pull it up, I can present. All right. We had a hard 5-minute cap, right?
Yeah, and you're at like 13 now.
Yeah. So she gets up. She had like, let's say 10 slides to get through 5 minutes.
And here's the thing, before you get to that, the way that she was reacting to the slides not being pulled up is the way that my Haley was reacting to KFC. It was just like that.
Haley's be crying.
Yeah, it's like, I got the order. I'm sorry.
So
I rang it up as grilled. You wanted extra crispy? My bad.
Look, Haley's gonna cry and Haley's gonna be dumb.
And be very nice.
And they're gonna be nice. They're gonna be great, beautiful too. A lot of Haleys are pretty.
Yeah.
So she pulls up her slides. She's got 10 slides, right?
Yeah.
She's sobbing though as she's trying to give a presentation to 200 people. She gets through 3 slides and the teacher goes, "That's time." And she goes, "What?" And she goes, "I'm sorry, that's time."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, I didn't get through all my slides." And the teacher's like, "I know, I'm really sorry about that, but unfortunately, I have to grade you on what you did get through.
No.
Yeah, in front of the class too.
Wow.
And she's like, I'm sorry. I don't know why. Like, this is out of my control, you know?
No, come on, teach.
So.
Come on, teach.
So, no one ever sees Keith again, right?
Wow.
He disappears.
Teacher should have been like, it'll be okay, whatever.
It probably ended up being fine. Okay. I mean, like, it was fucked, right? But I just didn't know Haley. I don't know that aspect of the story. What I do know is we had a group chat with all the people in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
About 3 weeks later, Keith texts it. He goes, "Hey guys, I want to just start off by saying I dropped the ball on being the group leader."
You think?
That's real big of you to admit, Keith.
Yeah.
He goes,
fair. At least he isn't completely delusional.
I think you're all pretty aware, but I suffered a pretty serious psychotic break.
Oh my God.
I have since dropped out of college. Hang on, because the next one's so much crazier.
Oh my God.
And I am looking for a roommate if anyone has any availability. So I sent him back a message and said, "Hey, DM Joe, that's the buddy." I said, "DM Joe, he's looking for a roommate, man. He needs someone to fill his lease." So.
Oh my God, can you imagine the landlord comes knocking?
Oh,
and
God.
Keith's alarm's just going off. He's like, he's searching through his pants, like, I have money. Where is it?
Son of a fucking bitch! As he's punching his own thigh. Oh my God.
He's punching $300 cash. Like, where the fuck is it?
Dude, that's such a funny story. I forgot about that.
That's great.
That was a go-to for a while. I forgot about that one.
Oh my God, that's so funny, dude. Holy shit.
That was a good episode. This is a long episode.
This is a mega episode.
Yeah. We're doing a long one.
Hey, I think y'all got your money's worth. That was great, dude. Holy shit, yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's perfect.
Slopped it up tonight.
Dude, we slapped up hot Nightcast.
Nightcast go a little long.
They go a little long, but they also go very, very fun.
Yeah, it was a good one tonight.
That was great, dude. And, here's the thing about it going a little long. Is now I can totally cut out that part about the thing I admitted earlier. Oh my God. Nah, thank y'all for listening. If y'all tuned in for this whole 90-minute thing, like, that's awesome.
That would be insane.
Appreciate everybody listening.
Yeah.
Hope you had a great time. Rate, comment,
please,
like, all that good stuff. We really appreciate that if y'all did that.
And like, if you wanted to, send pictures.
Huh?
If you wanted to, send pictures.
What do you mean?
Of yourself.
To us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send us pictures of yourself,
Thank
I guess.
You. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I think that's a fun thing to add.
Okay, actually, that'd be very fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. But okay, yeah, actually, that'd be great.
Send pictures of yourself.
If you just send us like a selfie of you.
If you make it to this point in the podcast, send a picture of yourself.
If you made it here, send us like a selfie of you listening to like what your setup is when you listen to SlopCast.
Yeah. If
it's at your work, if it's just at home while you're doing chores, if it's at your office, that'd be great. We'll make a little montage every week. Be like, these are the sloppers, dude. Hey, man, it's been a great episode.
It's been fun.
It's been a great
Follow us
episode.
on social media at Patrick John O'Malley, at AJ Cagle with 2 E's, because that fucking bitch better be dead.
Yeah. She better be, bro.
She better be, or else she's just a cunt.
Yep. I guess that's how we sign off now. Forever till the end of time.
Yep. One cunt per episode.
But yeah, man,
I just said 2.
I mean, not for real. If y'all stick around, thank you so much. Please rate, follow, review, tell your friends. I think if you had a good time listening, your friends will as well.
Yeah.
And we had a very fun time doing this. Thank you guys so much for listening. We're going to sign off now. Sound good?
Yeah.
See you, buddy.